Hey everybody, Jeff Robertson here. I've been doing this for 30 years now, and I can tell you the biggest mistake new people make when they're breaking into this field, they think security is all about the toys, the firewall, the antivirus tools, and the piles of other expensive tools. It's not. Security is about three things: protecting information, understanding risk, and figuring out how the other side thinks. That's it. Everything else is just implementation details. In this video, we're covering the fundamentals, the core principles, the threats you're actually up against, and the frameworks that professionals use to make sense of it all. Get this foundation right, and everything else in cybersecurity gets easier. So let's start with the obvious question. Why does this even matter? Well, because a breach is expensive, and I'm not talking annoying expensive, I'm talking millions of dollars expensive. And the bill doesn't stop with the technical cleanup. You lose customer trust, you eat regulatory penalties, you're dealing with lawyers. The reputational damage, well, that outlasts the technical recovery by a long shot. I've watched organizations fix the technical problem in weeks and spend years rebuilding that trust. So here's the mindset shift you need to make. Security isn't an IT problem, it's a whole business problem. Every organization runs on data, systems, digital services, and if those things get taken away or tampered with or stolen, the whole business takes the hit, not just the IT department. Now let's get into the foundation, the CIA Triad. No, not that CIA. Confidentiality, integrity, availability. Three principles, and everything in information security traces back to one of them. Confidentiality. Only the right people see the data. Medical records, bank info, trade secrets. You protect it using encryption, access controls, multi-factor authentication, and data classification. What are some of the things that break it? Well, you've got data breaches, insider threats, social engineering. Integrity means the data is accurate and hasn't been tampered with. Somebody alters a financial report or slips false records into a database, that's an integrity failure. You defend it with hashtags, digital signatures, audit logs, version control. What breaks it? Malware, ransomware, any unauthorized change. Availability means the people who are supposed to access the system can actually access it. I tell my students this all the time. A perfectly locked down system that nobody can use isn't secure. It's useless. You maintain availability with redundancy, backups, load balancing, monitoring. What breaks it? Denial of service attacks, hardware failure, power outages, or disasters. Learn these three. They show up in every conversation you'll ever have in this field. Here's something I want you to internalize early. No single control is perfect. None of them. Don't trust anybody that claims otherwise. That's why we layer defenses. It's called defense in depth. Think of a castle. You don't bet everything on one wall. You've got a moat, a gate, guards, towers. If one layer fails, the next one's still standing. In cybersecurity, these layers are physical security, network security, endpoint, application, data security. Don't skip this one, user awareness training. You can build the most technically advanced controls, the best systems, and they can all get bypassed by one employee clicking on the wrong link. Goal's not perfection, it's resilience. Controls are the safeguards that reduce your risk, and they break down into a few different buckets. Preventative controls stop the incident before it happens. Think firewalls, encryption. Detective controls catch it while it's happening. Your intrusion detection systems, your SIEM, your audit logs. Corrective controls help you recover. Backups, patching, incident response. Then you'll also run into deterrent, compensating, and recovery controls depending on the situation. There's a second way to slice this too, by how the control is implemented. Technical controls run on the technology. Administrative controls are your people, your policies, your procedures, your training. Physical controls are locks, badges, cameras, guards. Know both of these classification systems. You'll need them for everything from exam questions to real-world risk assessments. Protecting assets is half the job. The other half is knowing who's coming after them. Nation states are especially after espionage or sabotage. Cyber criminals, it's all about the money. Hacktivists, those are folks with political or social agendas. And then there are insiders. They already have the keys, which makes them dangerous in a different way. And then you've got the lower skill attackers that are running other people's tools, looking for opportunity or recognition. How do they get in? Well, phishing, social engineering, malware, ransomware, web app attacks, credential attacks, supply chain compromises. None of this is real exotic. It's the same playbook over and over. Now here's a lesson I want you to walk away with. Attackers aren't random. Attackers follow patterns, and patterns can be studied, which means they can be predicted. That's exactly what frameworks are for. The MITRE ATT&CK maps out the tactics and techniques that attackers use across the entire attack cycle, from reconnaissance, initial access, all the way through to exfiltration and impact. If you want to understand how a real intrusion unfolds, this is where you start. The cyber kill chain breaks it into 7 stages: reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, command control, and actions and objectives. I teach both of these in my intrusion detection course because they do the same job from different angles. They show you where in the chain you can actually stop an attacker before they get to what they came for. The last piece, risk. The formula I want you to remember is simple. Risk equals threat times vulnerability times impact. Threat is the potential source of harm. Vulnerability is the weakness that could get exploited, and impact is what happens if it does. A real security program doesn't calculate this once and walk away. It's continuous. Identify your assets, assess the threats, find the vulnerabilities, evaluate your controls, calculate the risk, and then prioritize what gets fixed first. Once you've got that risk number, you got 4 options. You can avoid it, mitigate it, transfer it, or accept it. There's not a 5th option where the risk just disappears. If you take nothing else from this video, take these 5 things. The CIA Triad is the foundation everything else builds on. Defense in depth means layers, not a single silver bullet. Controls work together: prevent, detect, respond. Attackers have got different motivations, but they all follow some predictable patterns. And cybersecurity isn't about eliminating risk. It's about managing it. I'm Jeff Robertson. If this was useful, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.